Chapter 63, Marked in Flame. The light rose slowly from the center of the stone ring, not as fire, not as smoke, but as shape. It had no eyes, no wings, no solid form, just a swirling mass of golden flame and molten heat, coiling upward like a creature stretching after centuries of sleep. The ground didn't shake. The air didn't scream. But the magic did. Every thread of it reached for Decima. She stood still, heart thudding hard in her chest. Not out of fear, not exactly. It wasn't pain she felt, or panic. It was connection, like she was remembering something she'd never lived. The fire curved toward her slowly, gently, as if testing her strength. Or her truth. It circled once, not touching, then tightened its spiral, closer, closer. Daniel didn't move. He stood just behind her, his own fire flickering wildly along his skin, reacting in waves to whatever this was. But he didn't interfere. Maella stayed near the wall, eyes wide, hands lowered, powerless. The flame reared back slightly, and then struck. Not an attack, a marking. The fire drove itself into Decima's chest like a brand without heat. Fast, clean, silent. She gasped, knees buckling slightly as the force surged through her. Her skin didn't burn. It lit, from collarbone to wrist. Flame-colored marks unfurled across her veins. Ancient symbols, glowing just beneath the surface. They pulsed once, then steadied. And she understood. The soul had not been sealed here for protection. It had been waiting. For her. The flame withdrew. Not completely. It didn't vanish or fall back into silence. It hovered in the air before Decima, smaller now, more focused. Its heat no longer pressed outward. It centered around her. The symbols on her skin glowed steadily, casting faint light through the fabric of her sleeves. Daniel stepped forward. "Are you all right?" She nodded once, but didn't speak. She could feel it now, not just heat or power, presence. The soul wasn't speaking in words, but she understood it all the same. It knew her. It had chosen her. A memory flickered across her mind, not her own. Wings slicing through clouds, a roar that cracked the horizon, a fall, chains of molten iron, silence, burial, and now at freedom. This place wasn't just a prison, she said. It was a promise. Daniel watched her carefully. "You've been marked." "No, I've been remembered." Behind them, Maella didn't move. Her voice came low and sharp. "We need to tell the council what's happened here." Decima turned slowly. "No," she said. "We don't." Maella's expression tightened. "They'll find out. Let them, when it's too late to stop it." The flame pulsed again, once, and then returned to the stone ring. Not to sleep, not to hide, but to wait. Decima looked at the ceiling overhead, at the veins of light threading through the stone. They weren't just part of the vault anymore. They were part of her. The chamber didn't shake. It breathed. The moment the fire settled back into the stone, the air shifted. Not violently, not with heat, but with weight. Decima felt it pressing into her skin, not crushing, but claiming. The vault had accepted her, and now it was letting go. The platform beneath them groaned, not broken. Activating. The carved lines that had once glowed faintly now burned bright, lighting up the chamber in a slow outward spiral. The walls pulsed. The ceiling above shimmered with a soft orange light, like morning sun behind heavy smoke. "It's sending us back," Daniel said quietly. "No," Decima replied. "It's releasing us." Maella moved closer now, though cautiously. She looked between the two of them, her face unreadable. "What happens now?" Decima looked toward the narrowing light above. The world catches up. The platform began to rise, slow and steady. As they ascended, the magic around them hummed. No longer chaotic, no longer uncertain. It knew who it belonged to now. And it wasn't the council. The heat faded slightly as they passed back into the upper levels. The scorched walls flickered one last time, then dimmed. As they reached the first chamber, the one with the ring and the spire, a gust of wind rushed through the ruin, sudden and sharp. From outside, Daniel turned. Above them, through a split in the ceiling stone, the wind had shifted direction, and something moved in the sky. Not close, not near enough to see, but there, a shadow that wasn't cloud, a sound that wasn't thunder. Something was stirring far above them. Something that had felt the vault reopen. Decima stepped away from the platform as it came to a full stop. Her steps felt heavier now, like the fire inside her had weight, not just magic. but memory, power, legacy. Her fingers flexed as she looked at the spire once more. The glow had gone out. Not because the soul was gone. Because it had moved into her. Daniel's eyes hadn't left her since they emerged. His voice was low, uncertain. "You're different." She nodded. "So are you." They stood in silence for a long moment. Maela didn't speak. She stood apart from them now, still near the outer wall of the ruin. Her face was pale, her hands at her sides clenched, watching, trying to decide what she believed. The sunlight had changed. The air outside smelled different, sharp, mineral-rich and touched with heat, like something beneath the land had turned over in its sleep. As Decima stepped outside, the trees no longer felt still. Something watched from above, not malevolent, not curious, but aware. The bond inside her burned softly. The flame wasn't hers anymore. It belonged to something older, something that had just begun to remember its name.